Hello, welcome, people of Azor, to the second presidential debate. I am your host, Benjamin Hollow. Today, we sadly don't have all of our candidates, uh, but we do have the ARC and the UCP. Would the ARC introduce themselves?
Absolutely. Um, as you all know, I am the president of our great republic, Alexander McAdams, and I'm running for re-election for another 10 years to continue the great leaps that our great republic has achieved over the decade that I've been at the helm of this republic. In a single decade, we have expanded across the stars. We have expanded our military capabilities. We have made sure that our Senate has ran like a well-oiled machine, and I promise you that if reelected, I will continue these great strides for the benefit and the prosperity of our republic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, McAdams. Would the UCP candidate please introduce themselves?
Hello, I'm Castor Bedard of the UCP, Senator and possible next president of the Azurian Empire. We here in the UCP, we believe in progress, and although we have made striking pieces of progress over the last decade with McAdams at the helm, we believe that the UCP can provide more progress to Azuria than ever seen before through military expansion, through research, engineering. We want to improve in all areas of Azuria.
All right.
That is why I am running for president, and also the UCP is running for Senate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have gotten some questions from the voters. I'll start off with a very neutral one. How will you treat relations with the galactic community during your time in office? Meg Adams?
Well, the galactic community is a great tool for bringing mankind together. Um, it allows nations to keep their sovereignty while also having some oversight. However, this galactic community is it is not perfect as all things, and it needs to be reformed. As currently we have nations that, such as the Servatian Congressional Republic or the Federated States of Earth, the current authoritarian state, the state of Renor, which is currently attacking a democratic nation, they all have this massive say, and they could potentially use this say to impact the sovereignty of smaller nations. As such, we do support the concept of the galactic community, but it needs to be reformed in a system that is fair for all of its members, not just its most powerful. Thank
Alright,
you.
thank you very much. Bernard, would you like to say something?
First off, it is Bedard, and thank
Sorry,
you.
sorry.
Um, we All right, how should I phrase this? We at the UCP see the galactic community as possibly the best thing for this galaxy. Although it is not perfect, just as McAdams has pointed out, it can lead to amazing progress and research collaboration throughout the galaxy. Not only that, but nations can use other nations to forward each other. And in a democratic society, we are used to relying on one another to get progress done, which is why we at the UCP, and more importantly, me as the presidential candidate, believe that the galactic community, we need to get more involved in it and we need to support it all the way.
Alright, thank you very much. Now, I feel like we should go into a more topical question. Despite our neutrality in the Renor Targaryen War, which side do you believe we should personally support? McAdams?
Well, this question is a no-brainer, and I've already actually gave my opinion to the Azurian Cosmograph. Um, the state of Renor is obviously in the wrong. They should not have any of this. Um, they should not be allowed to do these kind of things. As such, the Republic of Tyrian should be supported and by Earth and by Servasia. Unfortunately, the two nations are preoccupied dealing with the expiration of the Treaty of Tyrian. I will say that the conflict is on the other side of the galaxy, and that Azuria should stay out of this conflict. Because
Alright.
even though the ARC and myself, we do support militarism within our nation, we do not support us getting involved in conflicts across the entire galaxy
Thank you.
that will
Thank you.
cause thousands of lives lost.
Thank you,
Thank
McAdams.
you.
UCP? Bernard? Bedard. Sorry.
Thank you. I While this war is wrong on every possible side, I would have to take the side of the Tyrian Republic as they are a democracy. They were the state declared war on, and we know that democracy, or at least we feel democracy, is the best way to run a government. Not only that, it's the most equal. And when someone with absolute power as the leader of the state of Renor does, it's a no-brainer to see that absolute power versus a representative democracy, we know which side to take as a democracy, because if one democracy is attacked, who knows who will be next.
Thank you. Thank you.
May I make a comment?
Oh, yes, of course.
Mr. Bedard, you just stated that this conflict is wrong on every possible side. And so, do you believe that the Tyrian Republic is in any wrong being attacked by an authoritarian state?
Well, no. As when you're getting attacked, you can't really do anything wrong. I just feel the declaration is wrong on every side. Sorry if I misspoke.
All right, thank you for the
Thank you.
clarification.
Thank you. Can we move on?
Yes.
Uh, Next question is, what would be the first change you would do in our republic? UCP?
The first change, that is a very difficult uh thing to answer. In my opinion, I feel probably one of the most important changes would be I first off getting more involved with the galactic community, but that isn't really to Azuria. So therefore, I would probably attempt to forward research more, as I feel we could be doing better there, and definitely military expansion.
Alright, thank you. ARC?
Well, it's mainly the statement change. Of course, we would continue to expand. We would continue to invest in research and so on. But these are things that are already ongoing. One thing, if re-elected president, is I will make sure that the Azurian Republic passes a bill clarifying the voting rights of citizens on colonies. This is a something that is not in our constitution, and it does not clarify it. And as we all know, the Federated States of Earth, when they had hegemony over the entire galaxy, they did not give voting rights to any of their colonies. Only citizens on Earth had voting rights. As such, I would like to push through a bill that will clarify that all citizens, whether on mining stations, whether on Azuria, or whether on our newly colonized planets, will all have voting rights in our republic.
Alright,
And this cannot be changed in any way or form. Thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. The next question is a very personal question, not from me, but from a viewer. Since you made a migration treaty with Earth to balance, will you make a migration treaty with Earth to balance the influence? Because as a concerned voter, I believe we're drifting too close to Carvasa.
That is an excellent question. And yes, I will. I'm actually in the
Did he
process of
call
working
upon
out.
you?
Sorry, apologies. Did you call upon me to answer this?
It's fine. It's fine. Yes, I was going to call upon you.
Apologies. Um, yes, we did pass the 2215 Cervasian Azurian Immigration Act, and this has led to a massive influx of Cervasians to Azuria. Now, there's some concerns that Earth we could be getting too close into Cervasia's orbit. As such, I'm actually working with Sergei Marinov, independent within our Senate, to pass a bill that will lead to us suggesting a immigration pact with Earth to balance to be act as a counterbalance.
Thank you. UCP?
I too would definitely vouch for a migration act between us and Earth, but also establish more closer ties as well, maybe as a research agreement with both superpowers, because I think that if we are to move forward, we need to not only get the support of Serasia or Earth, but both. And I think that building closer relations with both of them equally is the best move.
All right. Thank you very much. Uh, I would like to go into an open debate section. Uh, ARC, would you like to state a comment first?
Yes, I would just like to say at the very beginning during your introduction, you called our great republic an empire. Is this do you have imperial sentiments of any kind, or is this just a did you just misspeak?
UCP?
I was misspoken as I was reading an article about other places in the galaxy just before this, although I do kind of think it's humorous how you would go out of your way to accuse that of me, McAdams.
I simply just wanted to clarify for the millions of viewers
Thank you.
that are
Thank you.
watching this debate.
Thank you. UCP? Would you like to state something?
Yes, recently, Adam and McAdams, you've been accused of making several underhanded deals for people to go back on their words. What do you have to say about that?
Well, you can call them underhanded deals. I consider it diplomacy and negotiating. I did speak to Dr. Susan Collins of the LP, and they had previously backed their support with the UPS. However, I had a conversation with her, and I pointed out the flaws in this bill, and I managed to change her mind through diplomacy, which I believe this is a very needed thing for a president. A president needs to be able to reach across the aisle and reach for compromise and get bills passed. I've made sure to work with every political party in our great Senate, and I have, I believe I can claim some credit to getting bills passed. And you may call it underhanded, I call it efficiency and proper diplomacy within our Senate.
Thank you. Thank you. UCP, would you like to respond?
I don't know, his response was very clear and quite.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be moving on to closing statements. UCP, would you like to start?
Actually, could you give me 1 second?
Of course. ARC?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Citizens of the Azurian Republic, um, I would just like to say that in the past decade, we have enjoyed an increase in our Navy. We have enjoyed economic prosperity. We have enjoyed peace. We have enjoyed cross cooperation with other political parties. And we have made sure that the Senate has run like a well oiled machine. I believe that I can make sure that our republic continues to function in this way. I will say that I believe that the other candidates here are all very respectable. The current vice president of the Azurian Republic, Reginald Bluesworth of the ISD, he was not able to make this debate, but I have worked with the man very much. And if in the event that I am not reelected, I will make sure to work with all political parties.
Thank you.
Um, I will say that I believe that um, it is concerning how certain people running for the presidency right now, such as Castor Bedard, who is in charge of the Universal Conservative Party, has said that he believes that the USP, which is the left-wing coalition within our Senate, is a better source of is a better electoral force than the ARC, which shares very much of the same values of
Thank
the
you.
UCP,
Th-
which it very much concerns me how Castor is standing against his own beliefs simply due to what appears to be a rivalry with the Azurian Republican coalition. and I
Thank
would
you.
like voters to consider that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. UCP.
All right. For my closing statements, I would just like to say to the citizens of Azuria, if you want more progress going forward, although we have had some over the last decade, it can be improved upon, and I believe that the UCP is the best way to do that. But I will also say that I'm kind of saddened to see Mr. McAdams morph my words about the UPS as I was just saying I do not trust the leader of ARC and how he handles things, and I think that the UPS is more honorable than him. I believe that the UCP and their morals is all fine. Even ARC's morals are okay. Although I feel that we do need neutrality with the superpowers, and that is something I would strive to do if I was elected president. And I would just like to finish off by saying progress is something that the UCP wants, not only within Azuria but beyond. And so I request that if you share these same values, that you take the time to vote UCP and Castor Bedard.
Thank you. Thank you. That
Thank you.
concludes the second presidential debate. I am your host, Benjamin Hollow, and remember to vote.